Yeah. Yep. Yo, what's up with your mic, man? You sound far away. Or low. It's like your volume is low. Yeah, it sounds like somebody who built their computer. Didn't quite get it right. Yeah, I can hear you. You just don't sound that great. Oh, wait a minute. Your visuals froze too. For anyone who decides to watch this episode later, make sure you do so on our anchor link. I'll edit all of this out. We have a third participant. And it's Sahid again. Oh, wow. Somehow you're in the same place twice. Still connecting the audio. There he is.
There we go. Jesus.
Oh.
Finally. Fuck. This is why I'm building a new computer, by the way, because of this shit. And
yeah. Well, I just told everyone to make sure they watch the episode on Anchor and not YouTube. We can skip all this nonsense. So if we only get like 1 or 2 views, I understand on this one.
Well, I mean, we didn't promote this, and you've been busy, I've been busy. So it is what it is.
Life, man.
Yeah, life, man. That's why I'm building the computer. So I had this computer, I had it set up for a minute, right? And I just never powered it on because I just didn't have the time to I guess I was just out of just anxiousness, whatever. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get this going today.
Tonight.
So tonight.
15 minutes before.
Oh no, I was doing it. I had this. So I went to work out today. I went to eat. I got my car. I washed my car for like the first time in like a very long time, like years.
Now, did you pay to wash it or did you wash it yourself?
Huh?
Did you pay to wash it or did you wash it yourself?
Twofold. So I paid to wash it, but I paid $30, and I'm a little pissed off at this because they used to have like people who wash it for will hand dry it and polish it and vacuum it. But like I pay like $20-$30 and it's self-service vacuum and like wiping and shit. So I had to like wipe my console and my steering wheel and like clean out like the compartments all at once, and it was just fucking annoying. So
so they washed it and you had to dry and vacuum it yourself?
No, so it went through the machine, right? So like something like a typical, almost like a well, you know those like wash machines that you usually find at a convenience store or a gas station, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so it wasn't a gas station, but it was a little bit more premium than that, but not that much premium. But yeah, it's kind of like what ran my car to that machine, like I'm in the car, like and all that shit, and then I had to like wipe it down and like the interior down and upholstery and shit, and not happy. But funny thing is, I found like my old badge that I lost between the like the sheets of my the between the seats or whatever, like my seats. So yeah, that's fun. Also, one day I'll get this computer started. I gotta just get it done. Like I try starting it up and like I plugged it in. I put it. I'm using my TV to kind of power it on, and I press the power button. It's like nothing's happening. I'm like, fuck. So now I gotta. Now I'm reading this manual again to see what I missed, and I think I missed the power cable to the motherboard. I think, but you know, whatever. Also, other side notes, a little bit of news too. I got some new art in, even though this camera, the way it's set up, it's not why it's set up this way. Like it's like super close to my face, but it's fine, whatever. What do you think? I was trying to go for like an Afro tech thing, but I don't think this works.
Not bad.
There's
That's not
that,
bad.
and then there's this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not terrible. So I was thinking about like putting it up there, but
Okay.
yep, that's that. How you been, man? How's everything?
Been busy, man. But as you can see, okay, we're in a new house.
Yep.
All right, this is the man cave.
Oh,
That's
Milton Beelan's on. What's up, man?
Okay.
Thanks for supporting. We didn't like we totally did not, you know, prepare for this at all. Oh, so you're in the new house. Congrats. Oh, this looks good. Is this the man cave?
Yeah, we're in the man cave.
Okay.
So yeah, we're just still getting set up, man. But once it's ready, it's gonna be nice. Man. We'll probably have a couple live sessions here for sure. We're ready.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But that's pretty much it, man. Like this moving sucks. Let me just say that.
Oh, moving the shit. So I offered, I told you like real friends offer people to move. I try to offer to move.
Oh, you didn't mean that shit.
I did actually. I actually did. I did mean that shit. Come on. Give me a break.
No, but you know,
I did offer.
We hired the movers and everything.
I'm happy you said no.
No, but the movers,
but I would have helped you move.
The movers did a really good job, right? But it's just like, you know how you box your stuff up, you think you've gotten everything, and then you go back and you realize you still have like a house full of crap. It's like, God.
Yeah,
like, it was just like
you never know how much shit you have until you move.
Bro. We were just throwing stuff away. Like the kids' sandbox, I was like, F it, just leave it.
So fuck, it's yours now. Fuck
yeah,
that.
The lawnmower we had, I left it there.
You left the lawnmower?
I just didn't care anymore, man. Man.
How far is your new place from your old place?
It's about 20 minutes.
Okay.
It's not bad.
All right. It's not terrible.
But it's nice, man. It's a much bigger space. Kids have their own dedicated space. I have it's so much more space. Like the rest of the family hasn't even been down here yet. That's how much better it is. So and obviously like I can be louder and I don't have to worry about any weird stuff going on in the background anymore. So yes, cheers to me. Oh yeah. The man cave is midnight green and gray. Fly Eagles Fly.
Fly Eagles Fly. Okay. Have fun with that this year. Tiara Reese, shout out. Thank you for the like. Much appreciated.
Yeah, man. She's been with us. We appreciate the views. She's been with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate any support. You know, we're growing. We are.
I will, man.
I will eventually get this computer set up, and it's gonna be a beast, and I'll be able to do way more content creation stuff on it. Well, even maybe even use like Nicholas's like studio. I have to drive out when like 2 hours to get to your place.
Not 2 hours. That's an hour away.
So you said an hour? Jeez,
Yeah.
Christ.
Maybe 45 minutes, depending.
Okay. If I'm speeding.
Depending on traffic, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Milton asked on YouTube, what's the other app to watch the podcast? So in our URL, there should be a link for Anchor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Anchor allows you to have our podcast streamed on multiple like platforms. So where are the platforms? This is gonna have the link on here. What are the platforms, Nicholas?
We're on Google Podcasts, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple, and a couple other ones that I'm not too familiar with. Through Anchor or whatever. Yeah, we're out here.
Yeah.
We're out here.
Yeah. You should see the Anchor FM the targeted podcast there. It has all of our places where we stream. So what happens is that we live record our sessions, right? Like we're doing now, right? So we're doing it live. And then Nicholas, whenever he gets off his lazy ass, will edit the videos and upload it to
I am 3 episodes behind. Damn,
so. You really are. Shit. Okay.
Sorry about everybody. Look, it's balancing work and this moving thing, man.
Yeah, I hear you. I can't be mad.
Packing all this crap. It's not like the kids help, right?
Yeah. And I think what I'll start doing is I'll probably start adding like recording everything on the machine. So that way we can like have these videos in high def, and we can like upload it to YouTube that way as well. So let me actually go ahead and just give Milton this link.
Yeah.
Again, if you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, and Facebook, I guess, do the same
you're
thing.
Anywhere, like, comment. Look, we're on IG, we're on Twitter.
Yeah, we're on IG, we're everywhere. We will eventually start streaming live on IG too, right? So right now we stream live on YouTube, we stream live on Facebook simultaneously. We could stream live on Twitch, but we don't have a Twitch like platform. So yeah. Huh?
We have to. What we need to do is get this gaming session on Twitch.
Yeah, we need to get this gaming session. We need to get some platforms. We need to get some subs on Twitch. So we'll do some Twitch stuff and get that platform going. We've been live on Twitch a couple of times, but I didn't really. I'm kind of stopping that until we get like just
yeah.
So, yeah, cool. Well, NBA Finals are happening now, and I know we skipped like last week, or a couple of weeks ago because the NBA Finals were happening. We didn't like it was Memorial Day weekend, and we didn't want to like overwrite.
Let's be honest, nobody was going to watch. If we were on the same time as the finals, let's be real, right?
Well, we're on the same time as the finals now, so I mean, we got some followers. I'm just telling you.
I thought the next game was tomorrow. Are they on now?
No, they're on now. I told you. I told you today. They are playing right now. Yeah, I will probably have this on in another screen just to kind of watch. But hey, let's start there.
Well, since I'm in the man cave, I can go ahead and turn on the game while I.
All right, so let's start there. NBA Finals is tied up 2-2.
We have a gentleman's bet still.
Yeah, gentleman's bet. How you feeling?
You were talking a lot of crap.
I did not talk any crap. I just said Boston.
You called me out on Telegram. You were talking that stuff, right?
What was this?
Trying to make it like I was getting so nervous and everything, and then here comes Chef Steph. Yeah, I mean, telling you, the ring is it.
Chef Steph, he's that dude. I'm just saying, when Boston wins this, I want a 1792 single barrel. I'm actually more confident now than I was at the beginning of the series, and the reason being is because, like Steph Curry put up, and I missed the game on Friday too, but Steph Curry put up like he's cooking, right? He's killing it, right? And the reason why, yeah, he's stirring it up. The reason why I'm more confident now, though, is because I know there's no way he can keep that up. Like he's not keeping that up for what, two more. It's game 4, so we have game 5. We have 2 more games. No, I have 3 more games. 3 more games.
Keep believing me. Keep believing me. I want you feeling confident. I want you confident. That's good.
That's fine. That's fine. But if I lose, I'm getting a cheap bourbon. This is getting the cheapest bourbon. Yeah. I'm going downstairs to the ABC store. Like, what's the cheapest, nastiest bourbon you can find? And here you go, Nicholas.
Well, if that's what you're getting me, then you don't even look for a bottle of 1792. But this is what I think though.
Actually, Milton just corrected me. He said the game's tomorrow.
Thank you. I didn't.
Oh my God! I thought the game was today.
Thank you, Milton.
Today's not the.
Cheers to you, brother. Cheers to you, Milton.
The game's tomorrow. So no wonder we have viewers.
Anyway, but here's what I know.
I thought it was today. I looked at it and it's like, shit, the game's today. Fuck, man.
Here's why I'm glad that things are going the way they're going, because Steph is carrying the team right now, right?
Yes.
It's only a matter of time for these other guys to start clicking. And that's what being an MVP. That's what being, first of all, he's going to get the MVP. That's what being an MVP is all about, man. You carry the squad until you get the support that you need from your role players. Yeah. And it's coming. Clay, I'm telling you, Clay is about to get hot. It's going to be tomorrow, or it's going to be the game after that. And once that happens,
it'll be soon.
Chip is in Golden State. Is it? Because they're back in gold. They play in Golden State tonight, right?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I'm sorry. They're playing Golden State tomorrow. So they'll win tomorrow. I can almost guarantee you that. And then all it takes is for Clay to erupt in Game 6, and it's over.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say this.
He called himself Game 6 Clay or something like that? He called himself for a second. So I mean,
here's my 2 cents on that. Right, so they have an extra day because if they're playing tonight, it's a guaranteed loss. Like there's no way they're playing like a schedule. So no, they're playing Monday, so that's good. So that helps the Warriors, helps Clay get the rest that he needs. Right. The Warriors are a really good home team, but also Boston's a really good road team, right? Boston has never lost 2 games in a row in this playoffs. Now, mind you, like stats like that is only important when they're not important anymore. It's important because, the Warriors hasn't lost a home game until like the first game of the series. So,
yep.
We'll see. I'm actually interested to see how good of a game this is. I think a lot of like the advanced analytics has Boston winning this. I thought Boston was going to win this because I think they're a younger, more athletic team. Golden State definitely has what it takes to win this series. Absolutely. Like their bench players need to step up. Like Jordan Poole needs to step up some more. Yes. Like I think Draymond is a lot smarter and a lot better of a player than people like want to give him credit for. But then again, he's kind of been sucking recently. So he's been averaging that triple single.
He needs to like chill out.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's one thing to be fired up and shit, and that's great. But if you're getting technicals and getting fouled out and shit and like giving up points to the team, like, no, right? Yeah. I mean, he called himself out too.
They really need him. You know what I mean? Because you can go back to the finals that they had with LeBron when they were up 3.
Yeah, and you could argue that they lost our finals because of him.
Yeah, he gets kicked out of Game 5. Yeah. Then they come back and win. So if he just needs to chill out because they do need him. Like he's a good player, like for sure.
I'm looking at his stat line for Game 4, triple single. So.
Was he
9 rebounds, which is good. Well, I mean, he's not going to score a lot of points, right?
No.
That's not his thing. His thing is to facilitate.
He distributes and he plays defense.
Yeah, he distributes, he facilitates essentially to Steph Curry or Chef Curry, right? So that's what he does, right? So he had 8 assists, right? His plus or minus was 0, which is interesting. But Chef Curry's plus or minus was plus 11, which is saying a lot. Andrew Wiggins plus minus is 20. Klay Thompson plus minus 2. Who else too? Looney plus minus 21. So yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they won. I don't think they are though, but we'll see. I actually wouldn't mind being wrong, to be honest with you, because I like Steph Curry is a very likable guy. Like he's likable. I like him. I like his family. So I don't think if he wins this championship and gets his finals MVP, it's not going to increase or decrease the stock at all.
Oh, yes, it will.
You think so? Well, how so? Let's go with that. How will it do that?
So you got to think about it. Up until now, right? The narrative has been, he got his championship.
Yeah.
Then they lost. And then what did they do? They went and got KD, right? They went and recruited KD. That's what a lot of people say. Oh, they went and recruited KD and then they won 2 championships. So then now it's like, if it wasn't for KD, then, he would never have been able to get back to the chip, yada, yada. What's the other thing? No finals MVP. So it's like I wouldn't say he disappeared. That's what Skip Bayless would try to. I love and hate Skip Bayless at the same time or whatever. I think he plays good in the finals or whatever, but sometimes he just doesn't. Okay. He doesn't make the play that you need him to make, so he can get the win. So I think the one thing that's really missing is him getting another ring, like kind of on his own or with the same crew that he was with before, and really carrying the team. He carries them through the regular season for the most part, but carrying to the playoffs like this and getting that Finals MVP, I think will increase his stock.
I mean, it may shut some people up, sure, but here's the thing: he's already a top 75 player, right? That's not going to change. He has the 3-point, like all-time best, most 3 points, most 3 points made, right? Which I don't think anyone's going to touch that record, to be honest with you. I think that might be just how Wilt Chamberlain's 100 points a game, like that 100-point game might be an unbreakable record. I think his 3-point record is going to be unbreakable. I don't think another person is going to be able to play that long and shoot that many threes that accurately. And this is actually a down year for his 3 points this year too. The reason why I say it's not going to affect anything is that if, let's say, he wins, right, and he gets the final MVP, right, he may shut some idiots up. Like that's kind of doubting him, right? We're not going to put him on the level of Jordan or Kobe or LeBron or KD, right? Granted, he'll be.
Why would he be on the same level? He would be on the same level as KD, in my opinion, probably above KD. I'll put him above KD at this point.
I don't know. I'll still put KD higher. Let me know what you guys think, who are basketball fans, right? Who would you put if LeBron, if Chef Curry, I'm calling him Chef Curry.
Man, stop saying that. It's just Steph Curry.
It's Chef Curry. I'm calling him Chef Curry. I like it.
Chef Curry.
Chef Curry. Fuck
what is that?
Asshole. So no. If he question to the team. Question to the team. To the team. Yeah, no, to the team. Yeah, you guys are our team. To the targeted faithful out there, right? If Steph Curry wins this championship, gets the Finals MVP, is he better than KD? Definitively better than KD, right? That is a question worth asking, and I
think you could say he had a better career. I'm not sure if he's.
I don't know. KD's gonna score more points, I think, than him, right? Maybe not hit more threes, but he'll score more points.
Yeah, KD is a better scorer for real.
Yeah, he's almost unguardable, almost. But yeah, I don't know. Like I already have such a high respect for Steph. I don't see that changing with him winning or losing the championship, to be honest with you. Um, so like he still has a high bar for me, I think at least. So but yeah, cool. All right, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Um, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, Boston wins. I get to see Nicholas sweat a little bit when they play Game 6 in Boston. Boston's not a great home team, by the way. So we'll see. I think this is going 7 games. To be honest with you, I honestly do think this is going.
It's a very strong chance that it could.
Yeah, I think it's going 7 games. Definitely. But yeah, cool. Well, let's talk about one of our, rather your favorite thing, Star Wars. Did you see the latest Obi-Wan Kenobi episode?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I've been loving the series.
Really?
I've been loving this series, but this is my one gripe about the series.
Here we go. Star Wars fans are like the most obnoxious.
No, it's not even that. Dude. It's just like the stormtroopers, man. These are like the worst soldiers I've ever seen.
They've always been. That's always been the case.
But this show actually makes them look even worse. So there's a scene where Obi-Wan Kenobi is like in that fortress or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's making his way down this long corridor, and he's running down the corridor, hiding in the corner, running, hiding, whatever. He's coming down the corridor, and the camera even shows the stormtroopers. They're like kind of on the camera, and they get on the camera just as you kind of see his leg and a little bit of his arm like going behind this wall. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, how did y'all not see this dude?
Yeah.
He's coming towards you. If I'm walking down a long ass hallway and I'm looking in front of myself, I can see 30 feet in front of myself. I can see 50 feet in front of myself. How are you missing?
Because of the helmet that they have on. It limits their vision and their aiming.
I was literally like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then there was another, and then I kind of forgave this one or whatever, like when he had Leia back and they're walking through the base and he has on that trench coat. And he just walking past everyone in his trench coat.
Nothing.
I was like,
I think. Well, what I think was funny too is that he took down a stormtrooper, and I'm surprised he didn't like steal his like uniform right then and there, right?
That's the first thing I thought of.
I was like, why did you take this man's outfit and just like you're good, right?
Literally all you had to do.
Yeah.
I feel but you know what's funny? I feel like it would have been harder for him to pass as a stormtrooper because anybody walking on that ship who's supposed to actually be there, they're checking their ID like 1,000 times, right?
Yeah. Well, can't he Jedi mind trick someone and be like, I'm supposed to be here or something?
His connection to the Force. His connection to the Force is weak though. Right now. Remember that. He's just getting it back. He's just getting it back. He's struggling.
Did you see what he did in the water? You saw what we did in the water thing?
But that was like in a moment of like crisis. Because think about it, on the way there, this dude is struggling to pull like a key fob to himself.
Fair enough.
Right?
Fair enough.
So in that moment, he's trying to save the girl, and then he starts,
Yeah.
I was feeling that. I thought that was real right there.
Okay, that's cool. And no, you make a good point too, because the woman, who by the way played the Sands, I think, in Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah, she did.
She was like, yeah, the body. That's not the only thing. Your body needs to heal too. Also, the past, whatever, right? So he's struggling with the past a little bit. So I think it's pretty cool. I think they kind of retconned a little bit the like the Leia story, because we all know in like A New Hope, right? Leia, famous thing, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you my only hope, right? She references to how you served my father in the Clone Wars, blah blah blah, right? Like you would think that she would remember, like, hey, also you saved my life when I was kidnapped, right?
Yeah, so, I mean,
a little bit of retcon, it's fine. I think I did read an article that they're thinking about retconning the original series.
I hope they don't. I really hope they don't.
I
really hope they don't, man. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Oh God, I hope they don't do it. Please don't do it. Because they're just gonna muck it up with like, I don't even want to get into it, man. I hope they don't do it. This is what they're doing right now is good. This storyline right here is good. I like how they're focusing on.
It's a better storyline than I thought.
Yeah, I didn't think the show was going to be about anything. I was like, what else do you have to tell? But I like the relationship that's being built between him and Leia. Leia was annoying as hell, like the first episode or two.
Again, this is a storyline we've seen many times before. Many times before, where the young characters are annoying as fuck, but they eventually grow a bond, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, look at young Anakin. I mean, that kid.
God.
I won't say anything about that kid because the kid did what he could with the material he was given.
Yeah, it's true.
But
that wasn't his fault. Like I think his name is Lucas Floyd.
No, it wasn't his fault at all. But the way they had the character, I was just like, dude, shut up.
How about in the second Star Wars where the guy's like, I hate the sand, it's coarse. I'm like, that's a pickup line? I hate the sand, it's hard, it's coarse, and it gets everywhere. And I'm like, this is a pickup line? This is I'm using that line.
Yeah, right.
On my next Bumble date, I'm using that line.
Don't do that.
Person look at me like an idiot.
So what did you think when he had to? Because I think, let's see, since we've been doing the podcast on this with this, since Obi-Wan Kenobi's been out, we've only talked about what episode 1 and 2.
Yeah, and I haven't done any of my so I usually watch some review sites to kind of see some of the things that we've missed and whatnot. I didn't do that for this one because I didn't really just make the time for it. I do know it shows a lot of the dead Jedi are frozen at the bottom there, and I think one of the guys from the Clone Wars was there. It showed him there. It showed a Jedi kid being frozen.
Showed a youngling, and that's what I thought was a really powerful scene, right? So he's kind of cut himself off. He's just worried about watching Luke, which he was assigned to do.
Yeah,
and he hasn't realized just how much things have changed in the galaxy since the Empire's taken over.
Yeah,
and going down in that tomb and seeing all those Jedi, some of which it looked like he recognized, right?
Yeah.
It was just like, my God, I've just been sitting here doing nothing, and everybody's dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look how evil they are. Look what they've done.
Let me ask you this. Black people in Star Wars tend not to do well, or Star Wars fans tend to not like people of color in Star Wars. Except for Lando Calrissian, that's the only one except for Lando, that's the only one that they accept. And I guess also James Earl Jones' Darth Vader voice. That's the only two that
doesn't even count, man. I'm glad they brought him back.
No, but let me ask you about the third sister, Reva, played by Moses Ingram. What are your thoughts on her?
I don't get the hate. I don't get it.
Oh, I get the hate. She's black. That's why they hate her.
So, you have those people, but there are people out there saying she can't act and all this stuff.
That's no.
I'm getting evil vibes. I'm getting off of her. I'm getting the hatred that she has for the Jedi in general. Yeah. So it's obvious she was probably one of the younglings who was in that temple.
I think she was the black girl that was
yeah.
Because there are very few black people in Star Wars, so I think she was the black girl, and that was being rated earlier. So
but, yeah,
I think she's a great actress.
Yeah,
I did think she overacted a little bit about when she was interrogating the spy. Where it's well, admit that you're a spy. It's really angry. I was that's a bit much. But outside of that, I think
so. She's intense. That's the character. I didn't have a problem.
But again, I have no qualms about her. And I'm not. I think she's a great actress, and I like to see.
So I'll tell you this: I'm not the type of Star Wars fans that nitpick at every little tiny thing. Right. The only thing I'm upset about is the entire sequel trilogy, and the fact that they pretty much threw Luke Skywalker away. That's the only thing I'm upset about.
Yeah.
And Ray.
So I was talking to some of my friends. So went brunch and kind of went to my buddy of my friend's house to just drink a little bit, and we were talking Star Wars. Star Wars came up, and he was talking about how much he loves like Moses Ingram, right, and how great of an actress he is. And she, again, big.
I have no beef. Moses Ingram, we have no beef.
Hey, you know what? I hope to see more of her.
Yeah.
In the MCU and everything.
I would like to see her. You know what I think is going to happen? I think she's going to change sides, and I think we might be seeing some more with her.
I think she's going to die.
Ooh.
I think she's going to die.
You think she's going to sacrifice herself, or just
I think she's going to sacrifice herself. I think she's going to sacrifice herself. We don't see her in any of the well, true.
Remember, everything's being rewritten. If they do redo the original trilogy, she might be right there with Obi-Wan saving. Who knows? Maybe
this is true. They might retcon the shit out of that.
Maybe they
might try to make the Star Wars multiverse. Like a different.
Well, hold on. You say that, right? But remember, the Clone Wars, they had the thing where Ahsoka went to like the afterworld or whatever. Yeah. She was stuck behind some wall and came back or whatever. So
that wasn't Clone Wars. That was Rebels.
Rebels.
Yeah.
The groundwork has been laid.
I haven't watched all of Rebels, but I do remember some of those
Great show. Great show. Excellent show.
So yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think she's gonna sacrifice herself. I think she's gonna maybe reach up because she talked about like what happens when you catch Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm gonna get what I'm owed, right? That's what she says. So maybe she has a little bit of falling out with Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's repeated again that these guys are coming after you. They're not saving you. They don't care about you. So maybe she feels betrayed and abandoned, and she had to.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think she feels like he abandoned her because he's he's a big time hero.
Yeah.
At the time of Order 66, and nobody came to save her. Right. That's how she feels or whatever.
My buddy Milton says Samuel Jackson didn't get too much hate from Star Wars fans. I'm like, that's true. But then again, he was in the original series and all that sucked. So
Samuel Jackson, man.
What's the joke? The running joke? The Force, motherfucker. The Force, motherfucker. Yeah. No. I like the previous episode. Again, I hope to see Moses Ingram and much more stuff. I think it's super annoying that almost every time you have a black actress or actor that's not Lando Calrissian, that there's some level of hate there for some reason. Huh?
So they can kick rocks. Yeah, so what did you think about the last episode where they found like that kind of like underground railroad for Jedi? There were some Easter eggs there.
There were some Easter eggs. I wish I would and I guess next week when we do like an episode, I'll take my notes and kind of go through all the Easter eggs.
I think there's an Easter egg for the game with Cal Kestis. I forget the name of the game that was like Star Wars. I can't think of it. I gotta look it up. There's an episode for that guy. The Jedi's name is Cal Kestis. He's like a survivor for Order 66.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up real quick. Hold on.
Yeah.
There was another Easter egg, I think a villain from that game or from a previous Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. That's what it was.
I think that game's canon, right?
Yeah, and they're making a sequel.
Oh, so I'm actually might pick that game up then.
Yeah.
I heard it's a good one.
I tried to play it. I couldn't quite get into it.
Oh, really?
I don't know. They had you doing some stuff like some weird creatures.
I bought that. Yeah, I bought it for my nephew on his, like he was 8 at the time, on his Xbox One that I bought him. And I'm 1,000% sure he didn't play it. But which sucks, but whatever. I may check it out. See what's up
I
with
may
that.
try it again. But
Yeah.
that first fight with Darth Vader, I thought was pretty epic, man. Like Darth Vader in this one, that's a cold-blooded bastard right there, man. He is ruthless. He just walked through that town killing everybody on some random stuff.
Yeah.
And then once he found Obi-Wan Kenobi, boy, he was playing around with that dude.
Oh well, he drug him in like the fire pit, which is
yeah.
telling, which is like you should have killed me, right? So,
Yep.
Which makes it funny how he ended up like being turned like in the later series, but we won't have to get too much into that. Yeah, no, I'll admit this series is a lot better than I thought. I definitely remember I'm on record saying like I don't care about Obi-Wan or the series at all. Like, give me some. I'd rather Ahsoka Tano. Didn't care about Book of Boba Fett. I think Book of Boba Fett was really Mandalorian 2.5 or whatever. Yeah, season 2.5. And yeah, that's kind of where it is. So no, 2 more episodes left. And yeah, that's that. Switching, moving on. Let's hit up Captain Marvel. You just saw it. I actually saw it earlier today. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Marvel. Yes. Kamala Khan, right? What are your thoughts?
So, I mean, I watched it with the kids.
Okay.
And my oldest is like 4, so she was into it, especially. Which I was surprised she was into it, but she was into it, especially at the moment where she put on the bracelet and got, started showed like some of her capabilities or whatever. She got kind of hyped. So when the episode ended, she was like, "That's it. I want more. I was like, "We'll come back next week." Yeah. So
I think it's every Wednesday. I think.
Probably.
Yeah, I think it's every Wednesday. I didn't watch it till today. No, I liked it a lot. So me and you, we have the same friend circle. We have a couple of Pakistani, Bengali friends, right? So I asked them what they thought, and I would say this as someone as me growing up in a Muslim household, like I felt that it was kind of represented like just some of the little things that they kind of pointed out. I thought was pretty cool. I think they were a little bit more pessimistic about the show, saying that I think they were kind of just adding too much of like Urdu and non-normal talk. I mean, and it's not super representative of a Pakistani family. I won't argue against my Pakistani friends about that.
You're wrong.
Yeah. Me being a Nigerian American is like, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. It's off. Right. I don't care if you have the background in this and you speak Urdu. You're wrong. No, but the language we're speaking is Urdu, right? In that language. One of the things there are a couple of like words that I actually had to like look up, like I think it's like chola, which means let's go, right? Chola, right? Which in Arabic is like yalla, right? I think it reminds me a little bit of my own household where like when you're like someone who's constantly like praying, like the father, which actually was never happened, but the father's begging for the son. Is like you can't keep praying, like you have to keep prayer, and like I forgot the joke that he made, right? And the guy goes, well, my God, have mercy on your soul, or Astagfirullah, or something like that. By the way, Astagfirullah, that's usually something that they make you say if you say something bad. So let's say if I like call you a name or whatever, like Nicholas, you suck and your hair looks weird or whatever. I don't know, something stupid. I don't think your hair looks weird. My hair looks fucked up. Anything. But anyway, someone would be like, Astagfirullah, you have to be able to say Astagfirullah, right? To like pray for forgiveness or something like that, right? So they mentioned that a lot they mentioned a couple of times in the series. I thought was pretty cool. What they mentioned was really cool was how culturally, and I think our buddy who we don't see anymore, Omar, pointed this out too, in like his like long breakdown of the episode, on how men and women get treated differently in these type of households, right? Yeah. I was definitely had more freedom than my sister did. right? My older sister did, right?
Mm.
So I definitely remember like my dad like made me like I was trying to help her tires like no Shahid you have no Wale don't call me Wale you need to go help your sister right make sure no one else is doing it right because I'm a guy and the way you treat women is differently right so yeah so I definitely they pointed that out and I thought that was actually really well done there. There was a lot going on though.
In the
Like I
episode.
hope, yeah. Like I mean, there's a lot of like because like her imagining things, right? So you kind of like see like when they're like riding the bike and they're like little pictures like showing up there. So it's very reminiscent of Home, No Way Home and the ending credit sequence, like of Spider-Man Homecoming, where they're like drawing all the things. So hopefully you're not epileptic. Anyway,
There weren't too many.
if you watch the series, you know
So
how some of the PlayStation games they like say like some of the lights will cause like epilepsy or whatever. Like I was wondering like where's the sign? You didn't put that in this episode, guys. I can see that happening.
so hold on. So before we get into what happened in the episode, I wanted to comment on that cultural piece too, because
Yeah,
Omar like really said a lot. He said he didn't quite like how things were represented.
yeah,
And from the outside looking in, obviously I have no insight into Pakistani culture or how
yeah.
things are in the household or whatever. Like, you know, it looked okay to me. I knew it was going to be something different that I didn't quite recognize. But, when you think about that show, it's written, it's probably written by,
Well, it's written.
it was written from like an American perspective, I feel like. And so when you don't have like the proper representation for some things, like you're not going to quite get the authentic,
Yeah,
look into things that you want to, right? And I started thinking about how like especially when I watch these movies now, like in the late 80s, early 90s, if you had anything dealing with Black culture,
yeah,
you always had somebody talking about you jive turkey and
yeah.
talking
Over the
like
top.
like that, or like just like the one like badass kid who was trying to like make his way out the streets and
Yeah,
do this, and everybody's pretty much in the hood and sitting on the stoop somewhere.
yeah.
And it wasn't until hip hop culture like really got into like the mainstream where you started seeing it's not just about dealing drugs and doing all this other stuff, right? It's the Black family is more than just being in the hood. It's a lot of different parts to it or whatever. So I feel like with this, it's like I haven't seen too many other shows based on Pakistani culture. So
Yeah, no.
maybe as there more comes and might get like a better representation of it. And maybe
Yeah,
the folks
no.
who are trying to write this show, because I'm sure that there are some people from the culture who are writing the show had some input.
Yeah.
They're trying to put in as much as they could.
But you're still geared. This is still geared towards an American audience, so you can't go like
Yeah,
100% into it because if you do, then you'll lose your audience, right? So you
exactly. Yeah,
still
yeah.
need to kind of have that connection. So one thing I did want to point out though is that, and we've talked about this before with other characters. I wish I have the article in front of me. Um, that it's being rating bombed a little bit. I'm
I
trying
hate
to,
how the internet can like
yeah.
do that, man. Like this, the Rotten Tomatoes thing is a good and bad thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. So this one's actually not Rotten Tomatoes. So Rotten Tomatoes. So Captain, like this episode or this series so far has like the highest Rotten Tomato score. Rotten Tomatoes is a weird metric. Like if it's above like 80, I think it's good. And like it doesn't matter if it's like one's a 897 versus 96. Doesn't mean one's inherently better than the other. Yeah, I mean it is what it is. But I was reading an article and I'm trying to find it now, where it showed like the user rating. So they have the uh, critic ratings, they have it really high, but they have the user ratings, and it shows like a lot of people are rating bombing it, like rating it like 1 star, uh, because of reasons, right? And now I'm looking at right? Like what users rate the best shows, right? And I'm trying to pull it up exactly what I saw. I think this is it. Um, so like in terms of like 1 star ratings, right? Shows that have 1 star ratings, right? Um, Hawkeye has 1.8, well, Miss Marvel has like the most 1-star ratings, 23%. Everything else is like around 10%. Inhumans, which is a shit series, was 11%. Iron Fist only had 3.9% of 1 ratings. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Y'all thought freaking Iron Fist was better than freaking Captain. What? That's very telling.
There's a difference between review bombing and then just being honest, like why you didn't like the show, and you're like, you know what, I'll give it a 2 because, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much when this is not the article that I'm saying, but there's another article where like it showed like the highest rating like user ratings for like these Marvel series, and it was Loki, WandaVision, and Hawkeye, then What If, then Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then this. So pretty much the 3 white leads are at the top, and then anyone else that's a personal color lead was at the bottom, right? Just how it looked. That's just how it was, right? Like I definitely remember when we were reviewing Falcon and Winter Soldier, and like how people were trying to rating bomb that, where they showed the scene where Sam was being arrested, and some Fox News or conservative like media was like, oh well, and they lost all their reviewership when that happened, and which was bullshit because yeah. But yeah, it's unfortunate, man. It truly is. So
yeah, it's disgusting, man.
Yeah. I thought it was a good episode.
That was a good start series.
Yeah, it's a good start to the series. I'm interested to see who's going to be the bad guy, right, and who that person's going to be, right? Because it looks like whatever organization that we saw in like No Way Home, like DOD or something like that, the damage control or whatever, right? Yeah, I think they're going to come after her, so try to find out who she is. And whatnot.
Yeah, it might not be like a super villain type thing per se. I think it's just going to be, kind of almost like Captain Marvel was a little bit, right? It wasn't like she didn't really have like a primary antagonist, really.
I mean, her primary antagonist were some of the men that she had to deal with, right? Which is this was the way they painted that series, like the Jude Law character, which like it didn't make sense to me, but. I think the next movie is going to be better. I really do. So, and Kamala Khan is going to be in it. I know you kind of had this before. You said this before. I'm going to ask you again. What do you think about her powers?
So now that I see them, so it's better than I thought it was going to be. Okay. Because obviously I'm expecting her to have like they call it the embiggening or whatever powers or whatever, she can stretch out her body, yada yada.
But you're bringing in Mr. Fantastic, so
I don't care about that. I mean, yes, there's multiple characters power sets, right? Deadpool and Wolverine both have a healing factor. That doesn't stop me from watching either one, right? Deadpool and Wolverine.
But they have different power sets. Like, Deadpool has. Well, I mean, it's mainly the same thing. Does Deadpool have the
heal from everything, and they fight with blades? They're both like.
Does Deadpool have adamantium though? I don't think so.
No,
he doesn't have adamantium.
That's not a power.
I mean, they're still different abilities. Yeah, you have a bit of a point.
We would say that Ms. Marvel isn't quite cosmic like Marvel.
No, I think it's a good idea to change your power up a little bit. So I think that's actually pretty cool. I'm interested to see exactly how. I do like these little creative, like little differences that Marvel makes to their movies a lot of times. Then again, I'm not a stickler for like I'm not a purist. And I'm not traditional, so.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm probably more of a purist than you are, but
probably it comes to this shit. Probably.
But this is my thing, though. It's definitely. Like, if you're gonna change it, don't change it like to be into some bullshit. Like let's like really like think about what we're trying to do, right? So I now want to know, like, what's the deal with the bracelet?
That I'm curious about that too.
You know,
I'm curious
why?
about that too.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm really curious about that. I'm
yeah,
really into this one.
yeah. We'll see. Well, it's gonna continue on. It's gonna get better. And hopefully it's good. I'm actually excited to see her next year in the Marvels, right? We read an article like years ago that's saying like Brie Larson kind of wanted like her team of super feminine heroes, and I was like, this kind of seems like some chauvinistic guys making some shit up, but it looks like it's actually
Yeah.
happening. It's actually gonna happen, right? So she has Tanisha Parrish as Photon, and it's gonna be her as Miss Marvel, right? So and
I'm
then
sure
we're
the
gonna have
villain
Captain
will
Marvel.
be a man, right?
Huh?
These horrible men, these spider men.
I don't think that's gonna be the case. I honestly don't.
I can
Uh,
almost guarantee you that's what it's going to be.
I don't think it's gonna be the case. Here's the reason why, because I was actually looking this up a little bit today, and it looks like the main antagonist is gonna be a woman. It looks like. Um, so it's actually going to be a black woman too. It's going to be the main antagonist as well. So that's going to be interesting. I think like, and I told you, I've watched Captain Marvel a couple of times. I think where the two things where it fell for me, right, where it was bad, where number one, they try to make this little, and again, this buddy thing is a thing, right? We saw this in um, Falcon and Winter Soldier, right? They had like this buddy thing going on, this back and forth love hate relationship going on, or like and it worked, right? I liked it a lot. They tried to do the same with Fury and Carol Danvers, and it just didn't work, right? It was much better with like her and Maria Rambeau, right?
Yeah.
That was like a good series. So that was one thing where they messed up. The other thing, and there's just
Are you talking about somebody who I don't think Brie Larson. Maybe it's the way they wrote the character.
No, they screwed her. I think they screwed her in that.
I don't think that. Yeah, maybe it is, but I
I
didn't
think they
think
screwed her in that movie. I really do.
as the
She's
character.
a much better actress than what they that she put
I
out
hope
there.
so because she was. I just
She
was
had
not.
like no. She had like no. She showed like, and I know she showed no like real like emotion or just kind of stance or whatever,
She just
right?
kind of
So
wouldn't, and it was just
yeah.
like better.
Well,
That was it.
yeah. Well, the thing too is that like everyone else had more talking than her, right? It was the series is not that the movie wasn't really about her, but like everyone else, which didn't make sense. The other part that kind of where they're trying too hard is what is the part where they're on the cruise ship or whatever, and they had this little thing where there was like figuring out like who's who, and like they scan the cat and it goes Firkin, super high, really dangerous or whatever, and then they scan like Nick Fury or Samuel Jackson and it goes human male, not dangerous at all, and I'm like, okay, you're we got it, we got it, like little too much there, but
A little heavy handed.
I'm hopeful the next series will be good. So
We'll see, but I think Ms. Marvel because I told you I'm watching Stargirl, which I also think is
okay.
series from DC.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm gonna watch that one with one of the kids too, or whatever. It's
Yeah.
it's another coming of age story.
Yeah.
Where there's a heroine as the main character, but I
Yeah.
like the way that one's done too. As long as they don't, you know how CW has a tendency to focus on the teen drama and angst.
Yeah.
But I think I'm hoping that since I think it's more of an HBO Max show than CW. I might be getting it mixed up or whatever, but HBO usually does a pretty good job with those shows. So
I think Stargirl is on HBO Max. So
yeah.
I do remember seeing it there.
Well, I'm watching on HBO Max, but I think it came on CW.
Oh, to CW. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of like, DC content, I don't think you've watched this one. Young Justice just finished up.
I'm behind.
Yeah, Young Justice just finished up this season. It's better than I thought, right? I think earlier when I think they're still doing a little bit too much with some of the characters, like they're just pushing a lot there. And like I was telling you about like Atlantis, right? Like my in one of the episodes where so there's Atlantis and they were showing I think the part that I missed too was that Atlantis is just more a progressive society than we're used to, which is I think what threw me off. Because what happens, they have like I don't know what his name, like this Lagoon or whatever, Lagan, whatever. Lagan, he's like the monster looking like guy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And what in the previous seasons, or like season 2 or season 3 or whatever, he was with him again. She was his rebound, right? And he was trying to act like an alpha male or whatever and some shit, right? Like, oh, he's being a douche. Anyway, they showed him in like this series, and he's in a triple of a relationship. So 2 men, 1 female, and it was like just out of nowhere. And I was like, that's what? Like, I was like, wait, pause. Like, no. So, but I read an article and it is showing how Atlantis is more progressive, which makes sense, right? So I do wish they kind of like braced me a little bit because what it was, it was so funny because I remember pausing and then restarting the series like, wait, what is going on here? Because what happened was like he was playing with like King Aaron's like son or whatever, and like this pregnant lady comes out and goes, "You're gonna be a good father, right?" And whatever, right? And then she goes to the meeting in this council, and then like the council gets attacked, right? And then like she's like one guy gets hurt, and then the pregnant one comes out and goes, "Oh, my husband's hurt. Like, I need to go save him." And I'm like, wait, what? Huh? Like, are you stepping out on your husband? Are you pregnant with another guy's kid? And then like Lagoon comes along and goes, wait, my husband and my wife is hurt. I gotta go save him. I'm like, wait, pause. What? So, what? Yeah. They did do another thing too, and I think they're playing a little bit of fire here. So I think, and I talked about this in the last episode, and I think it's a little bit forced. Where do you know who Halo is? Have you seen the previous series, the previous season? Right.
Yeah,
you know who Halo is. So Halo is, I wouldn't say a Muslim, but she inherited a Muslim woman's body, right? Yeah. The Muslim woman died, and she's actually the mother box, right? She thought about like, I mean, she still wears a hijab because she feels comfortable with it, right? And she thought about actually thinking about Islam, right? And saying maybe is Islam like for me, right? And I was like, okay, well, that's interesting. And then at the end of the episode, right, she was like, okay, I think I need to decide on my gender roles. And I'm like, okay, that came out of nowhere. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because she's not human, right? And gender roles are specifically like societal things. By the way, happy Pride Month to everyone. Happy Pride Month. Oh, we didn't talk about Batman, but yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Hold on. When she said the gender roles are societal, yes, but I thought she was just trying to figure out like what sex.
Where does she fit in? Well, she said that in the end credits of that episode, she was like, "Well, I don't fit as a male or female, so I guess I'm a them, they, non-binary." Well, again, makes sense, right? Makes sense, right? Now they're kind of playing a little bit of fire because she ended up breaking up with her boyfriend, the king of some puppet state or whatever, which they didn't spend a lot of time on, sadly.
None.
Yeah,
it's like that's where that's my quarrel with it, right? Is like if you're gonna have the character come out and say these things, we need to have
spend time with it. Right? Spend time with it. Do your due diligence.
That character was in a relationship.
Yeah.
Why didn't it work out? Have her.
So
show her coming to the realization that she needs to go on some sort of journey.
So they did. I'm not gonna spoil the series for you. They did talk about it a little bit, right?
Okay.
I will say this though, she ends up hooking up with another woman, right? Like in the series, right? Where like the woman like comes out like, "Y'all was hoping we would be more than friends," and then she ends up like they end up like hanging out and being together. I'm like, okay, you're playing with fire a little bit here, adding religion and then that, and we'll see how that works. You're probably not gonna do shit about it,
It's getting a little heavy.
Yeah. So good luck with that. But outside of that, I think it was pretty good. Zod is black, by the way, General Zod.
I did see that in the preview. I did
Yeah.
see.
So I actually kind of like him as a character.
Actually, that's the second time I've seen Zod portrayed as being black, because on the Krypton TV series on the Sci-Fi Network a while back, he was also black.
Yeah. So I wish they actually did more with him in this series, but they didn't. But not to spoil with you, but yeah. Yeah. Outside of that, yeah, I thought the series was okay. Speaking of Pride Month, I did want to talk about
Conroy.
yeah, someone who was one of the voices of my childhood.
The voice.
Yeah. Well, I'll say one of the voices because there are a lot of voices in my childhood, and forgive me, I don't have the names like available to me, but he was one of them. Ed Asner, another one, right?
Who's he? Who do you play?
You know exactly who he is. So he played a lot of shit. If you watch the movie Up, he was the old man in Up. If you watch the Boondocks, he was Edward Wuncler, the Wuncler guy, the big man. You watched the Boondocks, right?
Yeah.
The big bank owner guy, he was the same guy there.
Okay.
He was Grady Goodrich in Justice League Unlimited, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he played in a lot of roles, right? So him, Kevin, are two of the major ones. I didn't like list out the names in front of me, so I'm not gonna like try to remember and butcher them now. But in terms of Kevin, like I didn't, damn it, I sent you the article and didn't fully read it, which is just embarrassing. But
no, I mean,
I just want to say he talked about a story about coming out, and I was like, I'm very happy for the guy. Right? I'm happy he was able to be comfortable.
Well, he talked about
Mark
how
Hamill too. Mark Hamill also
Hamill.
a sound of a voice, like
the Joker.
He was a Joker, right? So
yeah. Now, when I think Batman, when I think of Batman in my mind, like I hear Kevin Conroy's voice.
Yeah,
like that is the way Batman sounds to me. But
yeah,
I read a little bit of the article that you sent, and it was basically talking about how he had to he hid it like for years, like from his peers and all of that. And now he's finally feels strong enough to come out and kind of tell his story or whatever. And it's just crazy that how he had to keep that in for so long just to kind of maintain probably his job and his livelihood. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't really be himself. So yeah, I mean, I was like, I saw the article, I was like, he's like, what now? I had no idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's his business too, right? I feel like that's not really something that he has to tell everyone either if he doesn't want to, right? I mean,
well, yeah, it is. No, I'm just happy like he was able to just come out and just do it for himself. I mean, when you're playing Batman, like Batman, that's the guy. Batman, I think, is definitely top 3, my number 1 superhero of all time. But like I'm sure there's a lot of pressure that comes with that, right?
Of course.
So,
I mean, there's actually a great documentary, I think it's free on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
On Batman, the animated series, and it talks about how they found Kevin Conroy and all that stuff, how they cast him and everything. It was a great story, man. So, yeah. And of course, none of the information that's in this article and his, about his journey it made it into that documentary, unfortunately. Yeah. Just to have this piece of history here and to learn a little bit more about him, because you don't really for the people who voice these characters on TV, like you don't really know anything about them.
Yeah, you don't see her face.
So
also, Phil Lamar, another one. He played Green Lantern. He played Samurai Jack. He played a lot. He has a range. He has a range of voice. He has a range. So, he may have played someone on Young Justice. I don't know who he played, but Yeah, no. Yeah, these are some of the guys that are like my childhood. So and yeah, it's super cool. So yeah, I'm looking up Phil Lamar now. I'm trying to see what else he played in.
Shout out to Kevin Conroy, man. We stand
Yeah,
with you.
shout out to him. Much respect to him. Apparently he was in Super Mafik Jahan. He was playing a Martian somewhere.
Okay.
Malefic Jones. Is it John Jones?
Oh, that's no. Malefic is John Jones' like brother or something like that.
Oh,
Evil
okay.
Martian. Yeah.
Okay.
He's actually in one of the animated movies. He he burned John Jones alive, or tried to anyway.
Damn. That's cold-blooded.
It
Yeah.
was based on the Tower of Babel's storyline where Talia al Ghul came and found like all of Batman's contingency
Uh,
plans for the Justice League.
was it
Yeah.
Talia?
In the comics it was, yeah.
Oh, they made a movie about that, and that was actually what's his name?
Mirror Master did it in the animated movie. Found the
Was
plans.
it Mirror Master or was it who's the immortal guy? Vandal Savage.
Yeah.
It was Vandal
Well,
Savage, right?
he got all those villains together, but he sent Mirror Master to go get Batman's plan.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, nope, nope. Phil Lamar is that dude. And also Kevin Conroy. Like, again, shout out. So again,
Yeah.
I think you're right. That's the voice of Batman. I think.
Ah,
That might be the best Batman voice. He voices the Batman that everyone wants that no one's gonna ever get. No one's gonna ever get that Batman.
the way he did it, because he switched voices
Yeah.
between Bruce Wayne and Batman, but it wasn't like
It wasn't like a Christian Bale gargling glass. Where is she? Where is she? Batman.
where are the drugs?
Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, no,
It's funny because the guy who, after Kevin Conroy, the other best Batman voice is Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I think so. I
The guy
honestly
that,
think in terms of, and we need to get we need to do this episode one day. We won't have to do it now, but best Batman, or we need to do best Bruce Wayne, because we're talking. So I was at my friend's house the other day. We're talking best Bruce Wayne. Omar said this too. He didn't like what's the guy's name? The Batman, Robert Pattinson. Yeah, as Bruce Wayne. He didn't like as Bruce Wayne, which I mean, they
different.
said Bruce Wayne was too emo, but then again, Bruce Wayne's always been emo a little bit. So
I mean, Omar is just not in touch with his emotions. That's
yeah, we're talking shit about Omar because he's not here to defend himself. Fuck that. He should have never left. Yeah, no, that's about
I'll
right.
have to talk about that for sure.
Yeah, no, yeah, we gotta kind of get that episode going. Like, who's the best Bruce Wayne? Who's the best Batman? I think what's his the Robert Pattinson's Batman, that looked probably one of the better suits. I think. So
Definitely most functional. Yeah. I still think the best suit that I've seen on screen was Ben Affleck's though.
Yeah, he definitely has the look and the physique that you're looking for, like the super just hulking, like just super yoked guy. I don't know, kind of like the thinner toned one as well. I actually hope that they expand that series a little bit more. They did talk about a little bit about bringing in Superman in that series, which I think would be great. But we'll see how that goes. Who knows what's going on with Marvel right now?
It's funny. They're still talking about Ben Affleck's Batman movie too.
Yeah. So I told you he's going to be in the Flash movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we talked about this. Like DC just has like the worst luck with some of their actors because Ezra Miller, this fool keeps getting arrested.
Let's just take a minute to talk about Ezra. Ezra was his name?
Ezra, I think Ezra or Ezra. I think Ezra's correct. Ezra.
Bro, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're about to be a huge star, and you're just like off, like doing some.
He's already a huge star, right? He was in Justice League twice. He's actually not been in great movies. Justice League. What's the other one? Fantastic Beast. Fantastic Beast. Yeah, which is also not a great movie. The first one was okay. And I didn't even bother with the next ones. I was like, fuck that.
All right. But I mean, this dude.
I don't know. Maybe it's some people can't handle the fame, you know? So, like, he has some demons to work on, too.
Yeah.
So, and it looks like they edited Amber Heard out of the next movie.
I heard.
I was curious about that because reshoots cost a lot of money, right? Remember they did like a $25 million reshoot for Justice League when they lost Zack Snyder.
Yep.
And that shit sucked. But like I wouldn't mind them doing like bringing on Emilia Clarke to replace her.
That'd be a good look.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good one. I think she may be in a Marvel movie though, but we'll see. But yeah, I mean it's unfortunate about that. But
so, what do you think about that case? Because were you as shocked as I was that Johnny Depp actually won?
I wasn't that shocked. I saw some of the evidence against her, and they were pretty damning. Like the one that kind of did it. So when I saw like when you saw the pictures of like her like with the bruised face and whatnot, right? Like you think normally like, man, Johnny Depp's a fucking dick, fucking hitting a woman like that. A man should never hit a woman or put his hands on a woman.
Right.
Also, a good reason why you shouldn't date a woman stronger than you either. Just saying. The man should never hit a woman. The rule's a little bit more fuzzy for a woman than man. So, and you get laid out, you're gonna get made fun of. So, but I mean, the thing I think that really screwed her was when they played the audio against her, like saying, well, why don't you tell people that you're a victim of domestic violence? You're a grown man saying you're a victim of domestic violence. And they showed like him with like a black eye. They had his bodyguard testify saying like, yeah, I had to get my client out of there because she was attacking him and he's never seen Johnny Depp attack her. Now, mind you, they've had some testimony of a sister coming up and saying that he did like assault her or whatnot. It seems like they're a little, I hate being like there's bad on both sides. I kind of hate that argument, but it does seem that there was a little bit bad on both sides. But like she definitely did slander him. Definitely. And she definitely tried to come off as the victim. And it's super frustrating because there are female victims that we do need to pay attention to that don't get the attention that they deserve, right? This is a very, very nuanced case, right? This is not the norm. Not the norm. Right. But like this is someone who kind of took advantage of that and tried to like empower herself and degrade someone else, and that's just fucked up, right? So
all I know is his lawyer got a pretty big promotion though.
Yeah, she's a partner now. She's a partner, right? And she's a partner now, and big ups to her. So yeah, I mean the way she attacked her like was again very damning. So I think they're gonna appeal the trial and they're gonna probably go back again. I mean, she has to. Johnny has to pay her, I think, $3 million and her like $10 million or whatever, in damages. So
no, she has to pay him $10 million.
Yeah, but yeah, he has to pay her $3 million though, because her lawyer said something that was kind of slander a little bit, right? Saying that she's like a liar or not a domestic victim or something like that, right? But no, she definitely has to pay the bigger chunk, and she doesn't have that kind of money, right? So
immediately it was like, yeah, Amber Heard's worth $2.5 million. It's like, good grief.
Yeah. I also saw an article that she took a private jet today, which I mean, quite frankly, who cares if she whatever she takes?
I mean, hey,
who cares?
Draymond Green was doing this podcast after the finals.
Right? Like, just because you had to take a private jet doesn't mean you could that private just cost $10 million. Right? So yeah, but it's not the norm. I did want to hit up like one last thing too. So this wasn't on the topic. I wanted to hit up Deshaun Watson. No, we talked about this. I didn't put it on the list today. Deshaun Watson. So this fucker got another person. So I don't know if you read the news on this one, right? This motherfucker. So he apparently the Texans provided him an NDA to provide to one of his masseuses, right? About like not talking about whatever happened between the two or whatever, right? I'm like, what? And my Saints tried to sign this guy, which breaks my heart a little bit. So also they showed him like in practice that he wasn't really that good. So he also has the highest guaranteed contract in history.
Yeah.
Highest guaranteed contract in history. Which is backfield in case he like loses, like it has to be like banned like, year one, which is just really fucked up. And also, I saw this on Instagram. He was at his crib, like playing like basketball with Mila I forgot.
Khalifa. Is it Mia
Khalifa? I like Mia Khalifa. Mia Khalifa, right?
And you have.
What are you doing right now?
I mean,
and she was dressing like a maid outfit too, like trying to like
you know what they were doing. But then there's another article where like his girlfriend is like still riding around like his Rolls Royce or whatever, like still down for this dude. I don't know. So, but this is the thing.
Yeah.
He was found innocent in that first.
He was not found innocent. They didn't. No, they didn't pursue a criminal case. He was never found innocent. All the cases against him now, like they didn't have enough evidence to pursue a criminal trial. Same exact thing with Kobe Bryant, actually, and with his situation years ago, right? They didn't find enough evidence to pursue a criminal trial, but they will do civil cases. And he has like, I think it's up to 25 now or 26 women.
Dude, it's up to like 66 women. Okay.
Wow.
This is I was watching
some fucking Bill Cosby shit. Like one or two, you wonder, are they telling the truth? When it gets to like 30, you're like, okay.
let's talk about this for a second.
Shit.
You're a professional athlete. You are young, you're talented, and you're not ugly. So let's just talk about it purely from an athletic standpoint.
Okay.
I can understand the need for a masseuse. You need your body worked or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Work out the kinks. But it's like I fail to understand why you would look for these masseuses like over Instagram or something like that, right? Or DM people off that, right? Mm-hmm. And then to try something with them. I could see like one or two, like just because you think they're attractive or whatever, you know, start talking or whatever.
Yeah.
But like when you get to the point where it's just like every single one, it's like, bro, you might have to go to therapy. You might need to go to therapy.
Well, and the fact that the Texans have to provide you a fucking NDA for this shit too, to protect you from yourself.
Like
what the fuck?
I think that dude may have like
a serial problem,
like a sexual addiction problem.
Here's the thing. I think the reason why these guys do this is because they can get away with it. So
they think they can get away with it. Huh? But at the same time, so it seemed like but there's even though there's 66 women, right? Like, let's not. Obviously, he was doing some things, but there, from what he's saying, there are also some of them. You know,
all 66 of them.
No, I said some. Right. Okay. So talking about half and half or like 10%.
I don't know. I don't think that absolves
I'm just like, okay. Man, you can literally probably get like anybody that you want to. You got money, you got like I just don't understand.
So and that's the part with me too. So that was the reason, like years ago, I mean before the Me Too movement, whenever the situation happened, like sexual harassment or rape incident happened, why would I think like I would think, well, this guy is a big man on campus, a rich guy, he should have like women being thrown at him. Why getting yourself in trouble doing this shit? And it's because they feel entitled and they can, right? So let me tell you a story about like Derek Geis. So Derek Geis was a running back for LSU. I think he may have won a championship, or he was a high ranking running back, right? And Les Miles, who was the coach at the time, hit a lot of the shit that he did, right? Also, Les Miles as a coach was like a fucking shit coach too, as in terms of like being a person, a good person. Apparently, they banned him from having women's staff, or him being a one woman, because he kept freaking sexually assaulting them, right? He couldn't be where instead of firing the guy, right, saying this is fucked up, they say, hey, you know what? We just not gonna let you you're not allowed to be around women anymore, but try to beat Alabama or whatever, right? So Derek Geis, so he also like covered like Derek Geis's like sexual assault, and apparently Derek Geis, this fucker apparently tried to sexually assault a grandmother, like an older woman, right, like in her 60s, and he was like saying some shit about like, oh well, I'll like tear your pants down and like and do all these things to you and you'll like that shit. He goes like, I'm a grown ass woman. Like, who are you talking to right now? Like, he's like, well, it doesn't fucking matter. I can do whatever I want. You'll like that shit, right? Like, some of these people are fucking entitled, right? They're not us, where we're held accountable for any stupid shit that we do, right? Fuck that. Like, freaking, I raise my voice at a coworker, barely, like, or speak with more like bass in my voice, and like, I don't like your attitude. That actually happened. Actually, I don't like your tone, which I almost cursed the person out literally. But anyway, like right then and there, I almost cursed that person out. Fuck up. But fucking hell, that's shit we go through. These fuckers are fucking assaulting like older women because they can, because they bring millions of dollars of revenue to these schools and to these teams, and like if you win, no one cares, right? Happened to Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah. The guy was accused of like, I don't know if you heard stories about him, but the guy apparently brought a woman to a bathroom and had his bodyguards like prevent anyone else from going to the bathroom, and did God knows what to the woman in the bathroom, right? Now, mind you, hasn't gotten in trouble afterwards, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Deshaun, I don't know, bro.
And Mia Khalifa, she also obviously was a porn star. But she also went up against the porn industry and was talking about how it was kind of abusive, and she didn't make nearly as much money she thought, and she was like one of the most popular porn stars in the world. Not a good look if you're hanging out with a freaking, if you come out and saying all that and then you're hanging out with this dude, right?
Yeah.
Like you're talking about the predatory nature of the porn industry, and then you're hanging out with this guy.
You're hanging out with somebody who's preying on masseuses.
Yeah. But
I think that guy needs. I think Deshaun just needs to go to therapy, man.
I think he needs some therapy. He needs to throw some holy water in his face, and he needs to be held accountable. That's what he needs. Is what he
Let's
needs.
Let's say with his guaranteed contract, he has the money to pay these women out.
Oh yeah. If anything, with that guarantee, you have 30 million, 20. Well, yeah, you have the money for like super expensive lawyers, the Johnny Depp lawyers. The Johnny Depp lawyers. Or fucking pay these women, because you're a dick.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went over
way over. But it's been 2 weeks since we talked, so
yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So yeah. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for also letting me know that the game was actually Monday and not today. Because I literally...
I'm going to help the heat out. Yeah.
Fuck you.
Try to tell him, oh no, it's tonight. No, they play tonight.
Well, I would have figured it out quick in a hurry once I put on like my like thing. It's like, where's the game? It's like, oh shit.
It was Milton. You're the star. You're the VIP tonight,
Milton. Milton, you're the real MVP. Yeah, no, much appreciated. Thank you to the guys who was here. Who else? We have another shout out. Who else? Do you know who Taria Reese? Is it Taria Reese? Is that correct?
Sarah, man. We talked about her before.
Yeah, she's on here. Yeah. So what's up? What's her name? Tia?
Yeah.
All
what
right.
did you say?
Nothing.
12.
I said Tia. Too bad this is all fucking on tape too. So fuck.
I'm not editing this out.
Fuck you. I call her Taria, which isn't bad.
Tia, you have my permission to slap Zahid if you ever see her.
Whatever. Yeah, no, thank you guys for the support. Like, comment, subscribe. We're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitch.
Everywhere you can listen to a podcast.
Yeah, we're there. One day Nichols will catch up and do his job and upload the episodes.
I still gotta set my computer and everything up.
Yeah, no, I got you. We'll have to work something out, so we'll figure it out.
It won't take long.
Yeah. But we're gonna improve this. We're gonna improve this platform, right? And it's gonna be better. I'm gonna get rid of that stupid Zoom logo. It's annoying me a little bit. We need to figure out how to do that. But yeah, cool. Well, thank you guys for watching. Peace out. And let me awkwardly stop the live stream. All right.